Welcome to Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the horns are up and this burnt orange crowd is ready to help Texas hook 'em. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Trojans will put total leather and we'll get started. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but a really good job of blocking by the return team. He's out to the 44. First down here for the offense. Williams will pass. He's right on target. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains for the first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the...
And he breaks into the open. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
Zings it complete to the right. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Ready to try the point after. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On the run, it's Hansen. At the 45, on its way. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Finds a crease at the 20. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, USC. He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They finally get him stopped after he maneuvered his way to the 42. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The Longhorns have pushed it inside the 20. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Gets it out fast. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns! Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Washington State ran roughshod over the competition en route to a double-digit victory, and they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking for space, it's Hansen. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
He's got it. Just slithered through the tackle when he's got room to run. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
A shot toward the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Trojans. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Oh, he wasn't far from taking that one a long way as they get him stopped on the return at the 45. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Going over the top. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Texas!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got his man on the right. Hits him with a stiff arm. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Wide receiver shows motion. Back to throw, it's Coates. Safe completion on the screen. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Oh, those are those where you're just looking at your hands. Left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Dang it, I should have caught that. Nice play, break on the football. That could have been a house call. That could have been a game changer, but just couldn't secure the interception.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Hit as he throws. Finds his man enough for the first. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup. The Trojans are moving quickly down the field. On the move, it's Hansen. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. He looks that one in nicely. At the 40, there he goes. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Williams looking for a man. They're trying to get to it. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Now the pitch. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
On the move. Smashes through. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
The Longhorns are threatening on 1st and goal. He's got it and still on his feet. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown Longhorns! On to attempt to try. And it's blocked. Now he can return this. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Looking for a man. It's Coates. Slips a tackle. Firing to the right, complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quick pass on the jet motion. Across the 10. Off he goes. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Trying to get to it. Snags it. And he will score. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Washington notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from Husky Stadium is worth its weight in gold. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here comes the Texas offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Buys a little extra time. He's going to run it. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
They'll line up for a second down play. Quick strike complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry up. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to throw on third down. He's got his man. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Williams will pass. It's complete. Still on his feet at the 45. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, he'll fire. He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Texas! The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Makes the grab in the end zone for the two as they extend the lead. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on first down. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. What can they pull out of the playbook here on second and long from the 17? Looking to pass. It's Coates. Pocket starts to collapse. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set for the second half kickoff. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high rate.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Release to the back. With the catch, it's Hansen. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the 1st down.
And they always got one of these. A big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heisman's.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Looking to buy time. He'll fire to his right. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. Just about set to kick it away. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but he found a couple of cracks in that cover team and gets it out to the 43. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the 1st half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the 2nd half.
Power football with the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Williams looking for a man. Quarterback extends the play. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Red pass is complete. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Longhorn! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air. It's Coates. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. Open runway ahead. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Snap it to the back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal for the offense. They'll go with a direct snap. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I don't know about that play call, man. Your quarterback's already thrown 3 TDs in this game. Pollock, let him cook down here.
Yeah, I mean, trying to show some balance, but he has had a great day. I trust him. This is a good situation. I'm going to put the ball in his hands, and I'm going to let him.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, USC. Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Western Kentucky is going to walk off the field there in Bowling Green with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time, and regardless the score, that W has to feel good. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but a really good job of blocking by the return team. He's out to the 44. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you've got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They move the tight end all over. Running back searching for a hole. Oh, ball's out! Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. A first down for the offense. On the ground, it's Hansen. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but... on that one, and it'll be a first down.
26-yard line. Good enough for first down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Texas 42, USC 35.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's
got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Trojans! Getting set for the point after. Back to pass, it's the fake, and he wants to throw. He's got it for the 2, found his man on the fake, and they take the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line.
Will take over. First and 10.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you've got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Off the RPO, complete. At the 35, he's got room. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Texas! And they've moved out front here in the fourth. They'll line up to go for 2. From the gun. Feeling some heat. Pass is incomplete. They can't convert the 2, and the lead stays at 5. Curious call here as they line up for an onside kick with the lead in a one-possession game in the fourth. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the Hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their Hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can bring. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Afterburner's coming. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They move on top here in the fourth. Up by 1. They're going to try to get the deuce here and make it a field goal lead. They'll run the option. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
Head coach wanted to be aggressive. You could have just kicked an extra point and tied it. Instead, you went for the lead. You come up short. Now, you put a lot of pressure on your defense to get the ball back.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for the big return there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 28. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They'll give it to the back. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
And, David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense, maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Williams will pass. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
The give on the inside. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. He's got his man. Hit the afterburners, kid. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
He's going to pass on 2nd down, using his legs to buy some time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He gets it into the end zone. The 2-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. They marched 72 yards, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss.
Texas.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Avoids pressure. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
And that's good enough for a 1st down.
That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again. Looking to throw, it's Coates. Looking to the big tight end. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to